Even Pargrunan walls can't stand against this place.
Who's ready for more?
Then rock!
Right flank!
Eon seek!
Next one's mine!
Careful. Looks like spiders nearby.
Eon seek! Movement! Then rise!
You're mine now!
Luthen!
A rot seeps through here. Who poisons us? We cannot see.
Didn't used to be this overgrown. I can take care of that if you want.
Where's my mark? What's the target? Aim where? Give me a target.
Don't get too used to the comforts of Paradis.
What am I hitting? What's the target?
I'm always telling visitors we're not as crazy as they've heard.
Aim where?
I got a bad feeling about whatever that bear's chomping on. That's a bad way to go. It's almost like the brambles are trying to crush that house.
Let's see what you got.
Then run!
One for you!
The scourge invades. Claw it out. It breathes. It is close.
That's the claviger. What happened?
Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the bear and we'll talk after. Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the bear and we'll talk after.
Hey! Over here!
And wrong!
Nice shot!
Take that, you monstrosity! Well done!
What happened to that bear?
My savior. Oh, thank the gods. Your arrival couldn't have been more timely. I wouldn't have stood a chance against that beast. I owe you my life. Ambassador Falchion Heelguard at your service. And you must be our Imperial envoy. Better late than never, I say. Oh, pity you were too late for the claviger. Damn good fellow. Aren't you going to introduce me to your capable companion? Can he be trusted? Or did he now?
A little faster, and we might have been able to save Claviger Aemon, too. Happy to have been of service, nevertheless.
I'm charmed. I take it you had business with the claviger? Poor fellow. It was the bear that killed him, of course. This wilderness has been a little too wild of late. I'm no woodsman, but I'm inclined to agree. We heard alarming reports of a blight in the wilderness, and a strange corruption moving toward the city. The changes in the ecosystem are expected, but this one was progressing too rapidly to ignore. We tracked the corruption all the way here, but all we found was that creature gone mad. The situation is more dire than I imagined. We need a plan of action before whatever this is consumes the living lands.
We are here. Come to us. Commune with us. We have waited for you. Come.
What's the matter? Can you hear me? But you... Very well, if you say so. The Emperor trusts your judgment, and so do I. Whatever you think is best, I'll support it. You know something of our troubles. That much is clear. What would you have us do? Ardra is said to be filled with essence, soul stuff. Maybe the essence will respond to a godlike's touch. Just be careful. The Emperor would never forgive me if anything happened to you.
Take it slow. We'll be right here.
It is you. Come closer. We feared you were but a dream. We wake from seasons of slumber. We have been waiting. We were drowning in our nightmares for so long. Your hand was a branch. Escape! We reached for you. And you are familiar to us. Our memories are fractured. But you too are alone in your strangeness. Godlike. This term means nothing to us. But why would you belong to another, shackled to their will? Shackled like us to rot and corruption. It spreads and festers and seeps and crawls. Poor bear. Poor us. Poor you. No, not its fault. Fear hides behind teeth and talons. We are afraid too. We fear the rot. It spreads in the bear, the water, the wild. It is an infection. A foreign body invades, the host fights back. We feel the pain of this intrusion. It overwhelms us. If an animal sickens after a fight, as it howls and sings its agony, what do you do? Nurse it, care for it, grow it like the vines. We were loved once, perhaps. We remember, almost. A thought, like motion in the water. The rot festers. We could suck the poison out, let green things grow in its place, and we could give you the gift of our healing touch. But a favor for a favor. Would you help us in return when we ask it? A favor for a favor then. This place shall heal, and you shall know our power. Retire. New again this world, new again words. We will find you soon.
Incredible. Envoy, I don't know what you did, but that was miraculous.
You all right? You look like you were in a trance for several minutes.
What happened? What can you recall? Spare no detail. You must be sensitive to the spirit world. Some are gifted, or cursed, with such talents. Inquisitor Ludwig will need to hear of this. I've agreed to share my findings with the Steel Garrote, as long as they do the same. Not that she has any interest in ecology. Ludwig is obsessed with our security, sees enemies lurking around every corner. I heard that you two had a connection. Well, she is as you knew her, for better or worse. The Steel Garrote provide us some much-needed protection, but they answer only to themselves. We have our interest in the living lands, and they have theirs. A mutually beneficial arrangement. Stay out of their way, and they'll return the favor. We'll talk more at the embassy. I'll ensure the Paradis militia give you free passage into the city. Ah, Envoy, what you've done here is truly amazing. Let's keep up the good work, eh?
Just watch your step. There are swaths of the city barely more civilized than this. Whatever the Inquisitor's like, she can't be worse than that there. Can she? You are full of surprises, Envoy. I'd heard godlikes have strange powers, but I've never known them to heal an entire road. Guess your Emperor really did send the right person for the job, huh? Still, you have your work cut out for you in Paradis. Enjoy the calm while you can. Let's talk the next time we're at camp. I feel like I should know more about you.
The path to Paradis is a tad overgrown, but I can find my way back.
I haven't seen this much excitement in a while. Perhaps I've got you to thank for bringing it with you, Envoy. You know, for most people, getting sent to the Living Lands is a punishment. But, according to Cynric, you're the personal envoy of the Emperor of Adir himself. Quite a position. No need to be humble. We're traveling together, we might as well get acquainted. So what's your story? Who are you that the Emperor sent you all the way out here? Oh, that almost does sound like a punishment. I don't know how you investigate a so-called plague of the soul, so better you than me. Being a godlike, I don't suppose your patron deity gives you any unique insights into matters of the soul, do they? I thought every godlike knew their god. That's one of the stranger things I've heard. And out here, that's saying something. Sorry, these are unusual times. Now that we've seen the Dream Scourge, I understand what the fuss is about. Refugees are flooding in from outlying regions. The guards are restricting access to the city. And people are making offerings to the gods for everything from hangovers to indigestion, just in case. I like your confidence, just be careful how you express it. Unfortunately, the presence of so many adherent troops and the rumored exploits of the Steel Garrote Paladins supporting them is only making a tense situation worse. I think that's why the Clavenger accompanied your ambassador. Don't get me wrong, we have had a welcome reprieve from the usual muggings and murders since your country folk started arriving en masse. But I don't know how long that'll last. We're talking about an island that has been largely settled by nomads, exiles, and dissidents. People who tend to be suspicious of authority. But what about you? What's your stake in things? Besides your orders, of course. Ah, I used to march to a similar drumbeat back when I served in the Rauatayan Navy. But that's a story for another time. I'll let you get some rest, but thanks for talking. It's good to be part of a squad again, even if it's just for a while. We should be safe enough, but I'll take watch, just in case. The so-called godless people disappeared centuries ago. But left plenty of ruins to remember them by.
Worse than raw.
Next one's mine. Not hitting hard enough. Armor's too weak. Coming from your right.
Beyond the sea.
Stop right there! You're going to regret this!
Worse than raw. You do the same.
That's one for us.
Locals call this the Pilgrim's Path. No one really uses it anymore.
Going for you! Come and get me!
Despite the name, the living lands
Bootleg wine have to do with animals.
But it
Hi,
breeds...
under the wine, and nobody will look for it. Envoy, we didn't realize you were in the area.
2 guards, wine, and a dead body. There's a story here.
Bon and I caught this man trying to load a crate onto the lift. Turned out, he was smuggling animancy equipment.
So we've closed this lift down, as a precaution.
Oh, I'm sure he's got some hidey hole around here where he stored this stuff. Where he took it after, though, I couldn't say.
We've heard of bandits using this lift to sneak past the gatehouse, too. It seems the locals have been looking the other way for some time.
In the meantime, sorry, you'll have to go back to the main road.
Haven't searched him yet. We were only meant to be keeping watch, you understand? You're welcome to take a look if you think you'll find anything useful.
I'll ask you to refrain from using the lift, though.
Well, since you're the envoy, I suppose we can't stop you.
But if you bring so much as an Audra stone with you, we'll find out.
Over here!
Hope you don't mind spiders.
This one's right flank! Another down.
Quiet as the depths.
Come and get me! What? Another win, but who's counting?
Then rock! Then rock! Be on seek!
Next one's mine! That all you got?
Then rock!
That all you had? Let's see what you got. Let me catch my breath. Hey! Over here! Good for you! Another glorious battle.
Welcome to Paradis, Envoy. The ambassador's expecting you.
Envoy!
You should not be here. You should be free, whole, the blood feeding your veins. Why are you here? A space within emptiness, where the gods live and the dead wait. A cage, a prison. We feel the souls of multitudes, a current beneath the skin of this place. We could dip our hand in once, feel them near us. But now, we are trapped like wasps in amber. But you should be alive. Our beloved, they stole the bloom from your branch. An arrow broke the skin. It carried poison to your veins. A festering blot of corruption spread through the root and sap. It stilled your heart. It silenced the song in your mind. They hurt you, but we do not hear rage hissing in you like a serpent. Why? Soften. Quiet. You would accept the winter before spring, but you do not understand. Your soul is imprisoned here, as are we. But we can help you. We could send you back. Just this once. You think of us, with your own escape so near. We are moved and decided. We will use our waning strength to free you. Then you must find us. Free us from our prison. Immensely. Breathe deep. All birth is agony.
You're awake? Thank the gods. For a second there, I thought I had a problem on my hands. A voice? Tell me more. Strange. This normally happens to fractured souls, but you don't show any of the signs. Your friend here carried you halfway across the city. Made quite the spectacle.
Probably not the grand imperial entrance he was aiming for. Glad to see you with us. I was sure you were already on your next trip around the wheel, but I brought you here just in case. If anyone can work a miracle, it's Liviana, though whatever restored you is beyond even her skill. That's what everyone in Paradis is asking. The streets have been less murderous since your ambassador and his guards took up residence. But your assassination is bound to upset that uneasy peace.
There's something I still don't understand. Envoy, you died. I suppose it's possible. Not that I can prove it one way or another.
What does this mean for him? Should he expect anything else strange? Other than coming back from the dead, I mean.
That depends on a few things. Visions and hallucinations? Likely. Manifestations of past lives? Uncommon, but possible. Not as often as I used to. This is far beyond my expertise. You should visit Runid, our local watcher. She would know what to make of your strange, stubborn soul. Well, she doesn't accept payment. All you have to lose is your time. A watcher examines the soul down to its very core. I can't think of anyone more qualified for the job.
Sometimes it's easier to ask for forgiveness rather than permission.
Runid's shop is in the hills to the northeast. A bit of a walk. Just head out of the gate to the east of town and follow the path that curves to the north. It should be perched up in the hills. Oh, but avoid the Watcher in Hightown. She's a known charlatan. I'll send word to the ambassador that you survived, but he'll no doubt want to talk to you. I'm afraid not. Better luck in your next life. Head up the stairs outside my clinic and take a left onto the main road. That'll get you to the embassy.
What's he gonna do anyway? You've already died and come back. Either way, I should go with you. Your assassination is bound to have stirred things up. Don't mention it. Besides, I don't want this to blow up any more than you do. The sooner we solve your murder, the better for everyone. And we should talk back at camp. I'm hoping you can help me understand what just happened to you.
Hey, I had a dream about you.
Envoy, could I speak with you for a moment? So, you're that godlike, the Aediran envoy. You're the one who saves the ambassador from the strangle root, right? Well, the conversation went something like, did you hear an Aediran envoy was killed at the gate? What? Really? Yes, a godlike. He saved the ambassador from the strangle root. And so on. I'm sorry, that came out wrong. I'm just trying to help some friends of mine. They're Aedirans, but they've had a string of bad luck. Is there any chance you could lend them a hand? Gallarde. Lofthled and Gladwine came here about 8 years ago, long before the recent rush of Aedirans. They admitted to having a checkered past back home, but they started a new life in Paradis. Back then, you'd struggle to find an Aediran in the city. Now they're everywhere. That's all very well for His Highness, but it was trouble for my friends. Anyway, with all these Aedirans coming in, Lofthled and Gladwine started spotting old faces. And if they were spotting old faces, it was only a matter of time before those faces started spotting them back. They're lying low in the shantytown for now, but they mean to leave for Thirdborn.
Aedirans in the shantytown. I doubt they're getting a warm welcome. Most of the people there are Paradisans run out by Adir.
They're afraid to go out in public, and Gladwine, poor soul, he's gone blind from bad drink. You don't need to be. There are herbs in the wilds around Paradis that can restore Gladwine's sight. It's a little too dangerous for us ordinary folks, but for the Aediran envoy, for the hero who braved the strangle root, I'm sure it will be no problem.
Ending with flattery is a nice touch.
Agrasima. Thank you for hearing me out, in any case. Oh, there is one more thing they need. Land deeds. They've already paid for them. There's a Rawatayan in the Pearl District, Mako, who was handling the paperwork. I don't know. That's the problem. Mako and I had a falling out a while back. It's best if someone else goes. Thank you, Envoy. God bless you.
But what's the point? It's useless without that Adra. Oh, you are a special one, you are. I thought all the godlikes were taken back, wherever they came from. Don't mean a thing by it. I'm glad to see not all the gods have abandoned us. No, of course I'm not drunk. I'm an alchemist. You should know, this place is heading quickly into a swamp of madness. Even the plants and the animals feel it. Something is happening here. The plants and the animals are changing. No one knows why, or exactly what's doing it.
Sapiento di Falva, alchemist and dreamer, at your service.
My latest experiment was meant to solve the scourge that has come over the local flora and the fauna, but it wasn't meant to be. I expected my main reagent to be delivered today, but I suppose the gods had other ideas. Oh, just a bit of luminous adra. Rather valuable, but nothing against the law. You may have noticed, or perhaps not, since no doubt you've been busy, that wildlife here has gone a bit wrong. No one knows how best to describe it, but we can all see it. Something is distorting the life around here, and I hoped to stop it. Possibly, yes. But now I can't begin my tests without my main reagent. All I need is a luminous adra. But you see the problem? It's extremely rare. I'll likely never have another chance to get it. More precisely, it is adra infused with the soul energy. And it's only found in the Deadfire Archipelago, which should explain its value. The gentlemen who are supposed to acquire my adra have not delivered it, and they seem to be avoiding me, as if they fear my wrath. Oh, it's very hard to find. It comes only from the Deadfire Archipelago, and when refined, can have wondrous effects. Enhanced strength and stamina, slower aging too. I've even heard it has a pleasant minty flavor when mixed correctly. My friends must have lied, or they got the adra and they lost it. I can't imagine why else they would be acting so strange about it. Best of luck with that. I saw them briefly not too long ago, looking shifty and desperate. They were running around Paradis, talking to other scholars in the area. Garneth and Remio, I believe. And an older lady. Don't recall her name. I don't wish them ill, but I really need that adra. Any luminous adra will do, he said, as if the stuff were falling from the sky.
Envoy. Are you looking for work by chance? Ain't many ways into that camp from what I've heard. You might want to consider trying to find one. A frontal assault would be mighty reckless. Tempestuous Luandi Kajirai, huh? Watch yourself. Her aim is as sharp as her wit. Going to take on the ogre then? Reckon he's the most dangerous bounty we've got. Be careful. You're a brave soul, Spiders are bad enough as it is. Let alone big, mean bastards like Nasib. A pleasure, Envoy. I'm Aldrich, the bounty master of Paradis. If it suits your fancy, check the board for work. The dangerous kind. Some more than others. Speak to me when you've got something to turn in. Show it here. Good. Too many good men and women died because of that bastard. May he face Magran's fires in his next life. I don't envy you having gone into that horrid place, but I'm thankful you did so. Be safe out there, you hear? Welcome back, Envoy. Be safe out there, you hear?
You there? Are you just going to stand there and gawk at that body all day?
He's dead. It's not like I can do anything for him, now can I?
You can see that the poor bastard is properly processed. What is this?
Well, I can't say I've met one like you before, but I'm sure you hear that all the time. Oh, all the attention must truly bother you. To what do I owe the pleasure? Oh, heavens no. I would never treat with such folk. But I know who would. Look for Remio up in the Pearl District, and who knows where Adelgund wandered off to now.
I wouldn't go up there, stranger. That's Sparrow territory.
Adherents ain't welcome around the Pearl District. Mind yourself.
Smile, and you break it, you buy it. Wonder who he crossed. Doesn't take much out here. Those are the papers the Adiran refugees are waiting for.
best watch your step around here, envoy. This is my district.
Let us in, sweetheart.
I told you, we're closed.
Not for us, you're not.
What's a man gotta do to get his needs met?
If you'd like to be useful, I could...
If you think we'll roll over...
Oh, how can one concentrate with you running all about the place? Who can tell? You've been speaking with Gunneth, I assume? Huh? She's the one so quick to flirt with dangerous strangers. Go bother Edelgund. Huh? She's probably by the western gate looking for someone willing to talk to her. If you'd like to be useful, I could use another drink.
Not you, too.
This girl thinks she's gonna keep us out of the bathhouse.
You might own half the district, but you don't own the mermaid's den.
We'll see about that.
You don't like it? Take it up with your second in command. He's the one who stole from us.
That's a load of...
I knew this was Jago's fault. This isn't over.
Sorry. This district used to be a nice place. With what authority? The Sparrowhawks always got along fine with us, and then they, I better not talk about it. Juliana told us to be discreet. She's inside. If you want to help, she can give you the details. Just don't waste her time. She's a busy woman, you know.
Show me what you got!
We make a good squad. Hey, that looks like a totem to your burned queen.
Looks like that broke off of something. Wonder where it goes.
walk in, give her the letter, and go. You can do this. You don't have to say anything. The letter will do the talking for you.
An interesting day so far. An interesting day indeed. Well, I'll be chomped by a Zarep queen. You're that godlike from the docks. I can't believe my luck. Nothing all year, and then boom, interesting strangers just falling out of the sky. Indeed, a young dwarf and his crew stopped by. Seemed agitated, like they were afraid of someone. They were asking where they could find luminous Adra, of all things. Can't imagine what they'd needed it for. I said they were most likely out of luck, but I might know somewhere they might find some if they looked hard enough. Ha! Welcome to the Living Lands. Not long ago, a group of animancers looked to carry out some experiments into teleportation. They carried their instruments and a healthy supply of luminous Adra to the island of Castel's Folly. It's possible there's some still there. Castel's Folly is the small island not far from here to the east. It's a difficult place to traverse, but those folks might be desperate enough to try. Question. Why are you looking for those sailors? Did the Valian captain send you? The folks you're looking for are probably getting themselves killed searching for Adra that probably isn't there. I can tell you wouldn't listen to me if I warned you not to go to Castel's Folly, so I wish you luck.
Sometimes we get more contraband coming through here than honest goods.
Wish that sawbones would hurry up. I gotta...
You died. But you're here.
Envoy, is it really you? I can't believe you're alive. When they dragged you to Liviana's clinic, I assumed the worst. How do you feel? Homesick already? After what you've been through, I can't say I blame you. But there's work to be done on the frontier. Good work, and I need you here at my side. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. Captain Cynric said you have a missive for me from the Emperor. Very good. I'm eager to see what our Emperor intends. Now, His Majesty names you a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire, and an extension of the throne's authority. Thank goodness. At least someone understands the gravity of our situation. With that, I had better news for him. You've seen how wild the Living Lands has become, both in nature and in politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of our troubles. Trust me, we'll get to that. This embassy has no shortage of political foes, but the dream scourge is what keeps me up at night. You've seen firsthand what it can do in nature. We can't let it reach the cities. Would that I had. Inquisitor Ludwig thinks the plague is a distraction. She's more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire. They were Paradisans once, law-abiding laborers. Now, they're fugitives and oath-breakers hiding amongst the populace. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and the final straw, attacked you out in the open. Indeed, the killer sent a message, but this is our chance to send one in return. I won't lie to you, Envoy. Our position is tenuous. If we can't even defend ourselves, how are we to defend the living lands? But defend it we must, for the sake of everyone who calls this island home. Inquisitor Ludwig demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. These Paradisan rebels must face justice. The choice is yours, as will be the consequences. All I ask is that you use your best judgment.
Not many get a chance to solve their own murder, you know. I know someone who could help. A dwarven tracker named Marius. Kith or beast, there's little he can't find. He's staying at the Grinning Ballarrock, not far from Liviana's infirmary. We just take the main road east to the market, then head down the stairs and cross the canal. Rough part of town, even by the standards of Paradis. I can tell you're skeptical, but remember that you're an outsider here, and a lot of Kith aren't exactly thrilled to see so many Adirans in their midst.
New weeds, a new beast in the tall grass. Predator or mate?
As you've seen firsthand. You could use some local help, especially if we really are after Paradisans.
I suggest you recruit as many allies as you can, but choose carefully. They, like you, will represent the Empire. But before we can send you off to parts unknown, we need assurances from the local healer that you're fully recovered. After all, you survived a brush with death. The health of your body is one thing. The health of your soul is another. I'm glad to hear it, but let's err on the side of caution. Remember, the assassin is out there. You have the element of surprise. I suggest you use it. Safe travels. And come back with a good story, hey? We'll talk more of the Dream Scourge when you return. Until then, Envoy.
How about we start with Marius at the Grinning Ballarrock? Besides, I could use a drink after all this.
It's really you! I mean, we all heard the Emperor sent a godlike, but I didn't never think I'd get to meet you. You are the Envoy, aren't you? I bow, but I think I dislocated my shoulder, and I might have broken some ribs. Is that the lady who brought you back from the dead? Tej, the ambassador's secretary. He told me you got sniped the second you walked through the gate. Thwack! I couldn't believe it. I mean, talk about getting off on the wrong foot. Anyway, don't worry about me. The Sawbones is going to escort me to the clinic any minute, and I'm not exactly in a hurry to see him. Not until I get help from my brother.
If Adir's medics are anything like Rawatai's, we'll hear your screams from 3 blocks away.
Oh, good. That'll be a lot of fun for everyone. Yes, sir. My brother, Cadman, and I ran into some trouble exploring a temple north of the city. Bears and traps and guards. What else? The floor collapsed from under us. He couldn't walk too well, and yet our captain wanted to keep going, so he sent me back for help. We're with a team from the Free Expedition Corps. We've seen a lot. But no place like this. I fear for their lives, Envoy. I didn't think you all in the tall grass ever spared a thought for us. We're usually at the back of your parades. That should be our slogan. The Free Expeditions Corps. So far out in front, we bring up the rear. We mostly operate out of the Cartographers Guild. At least it's cozier than the soldiers' barracks. And they let me copy their maps. Most of the places we go aren't as treacherous as this temple, though. Gods, do you mean it? I can't thank you enough. They descended into the temple through a route off the Pilgrim's Path, just north of the city. You'll know you're headed the right way when you see trail markers and rock stacks the Pilgrims left behind. We posted a guard out front, Sedgwin. Let her know I sent you, and she'll let you pass. Especially my brother, Cadman. Don't forget him. You'll probably find the expedition with the relic we were searching for. Whatever that is. Thank you for hearing me out, Envoy.
Nice work. That'll help against whatever we face out there.
The wood echoes, strangled suffering. We knew this creature. The Adra hums beneath the moon. The bear, the rot in the heart. Did its beauty sing to you? Death to life. Does life not glisten like a stream? What gleams cannot be a monster? We wish you had not killed it. Violets and the stars. We wish for both. Earth into rebirth, growth into life again, beauty without end. Must all we love turn to ash? Can we not save it? Even if... No, we should not question this. Mercy like a knife. It hunts all of us. God, mortal, beauty. Sleep now. We ponder.
That's far enough, Outlander.
Well, well. If it isn't the new arrival. So eager to make a name for himself. We have a problem, all right? And I've got the solution tucked in my sheath.
Unless you're hearing that from a handsome stranger in the bathhouse, that's usually an invitation to trouble. And not as fun as the kind you get into in the steam.
Me and Pod, we aren't so fond of Outlanders. Especially ones looking as strange as you. For all we know, you're one of those sick bastards. A plague carrier. A blight on our fair city. Huh, that's right. Think of us as the Paradis Welcoming Committee. And you're not welcome.
Hey, that's not nice.
No one brings the plague into my town, Outlander. No one. At least you can die knowing it wasn't personal. Well, trouble wants you. Ha! Let's make it quick. You're not the only one with places to be.
Good. I was getting tired of listening to them anyway.
Here we go! Just like the good old days.
Nice banner, ain't it? I found it on the beach, covered in bird shit. Must have washed ashore from parts unknown.
The downside of Adir's new arrivals. Paradis doesn't have room for everyone.
Ever wish you could move back into Paradis?
Of course. Nothing out here.
You take that back. This is good
Little
people.
shits! Flying rats! What else are you gonna take?
Even here, you can't beat the view.
Folks, will revolt.
I know that. But my boys need to know for sure.
There's someone there. I knew it. I'll find you better armor. Find a better weapon.